from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
If you're not in the group of people currently eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine in Henrico County, you could have a longer wait before you get your shot. We'll have details coming up on today's Henrico News Minute. It's Tuesday, January 26, 2021, and it's brought to you today by Henrico County.
And now for the news.
Well, barring an unforeseen change, Henrico and Richmond Health District officials will receive only about 6,400 doses of COVID-19 vaccine each week for the foreseeable future. That's about a quarter of the doses the districts are requesting. They'll distribute those doses about 50% to seniors ages 65 and older, about 40% to essential workers who are eligible in the current phases 1A and first part of phase 1B, which is open to K through 12 educators, child care workers, police, fire, and hazmat officials, and then 10% to residents and employees of homeless shelters and correctional facilities. In a press briefing and Facebook Live session yesterday, Amy Popovich, the nurse manager for both health districts, said that the districts are equipped to administer roughly 25,000 or more doses each week, but that number isn't expected to be possible for the foreseeable future since the state is not anticipating more than about 105,000 total doses each week for some time. State officials are allocating doses proportionately by health district based upon population. Now, to date, more than 56,000 doses of vaccine have been administered in the Richmond region, according to Popovich, including about 11,500 given by officials from the Richmond and Henrico health districts. The others have been given by medical facilities and other partners. There have been more vaccine doses administered in Henrico, about 21,300, than in any other Virginia locality except Fairfax, which is the state's largest. Their officials have given almost 60,500. More than 60,000 people, including about 40,000 who are 65 and older, have completed an interest form on the Richmond and Henrico Health District's website, according to Popovich, who said, quote, "Unfortunately, our demand way exceeds the amount of supply that we have," end quote. Officials from the health districts had hoped that seniors from Henrico and Richmond who had expressed a desire to be vaccinated would be able to receive those shots at individual doctors' offices and pharmacies, among other locations. But the dearth of available doses has now prompted officials instead to pause most of those partnerships and instead plan their own larger-scale vaccination events to reach those people. The health districts are prioritizing by age seniors who have expressed an interest, and each person who has done so will be contacted directly and scheduled for a vaccination appointment when it's there. Now, if you have completed the interest form at vax.rchd.com and have not heard back from the district yet, don't worry. You won't hear from them until it's your turn in line. But if you have questions, you can always call the health district at 205-3501. The COVID case count in Henrico is back on the rise for the fourth straight day. Yesterday, the total number of cases increased. Yesterday it was up to 235, an increase of more than 50 from Sunday's total, according to the Virginia Department of Health. The county's 7-day daily average of new cases has decreased a bit, down to 178, but its decline is beginning to slow as cases have increased now. Henrico also reported one new hospitalization, but no new deaths related to the virus yesterday. The county's PCR testing positivity percentage as of January 21st was 11%, while its rapid testing positivity percentage as of the same day was 9.9%. In Virginia, the state has now administered more than 522,000 of the 1.1 million doses of vaccine it has received since mid-December. That's about 47%. It's averaging nearly 22,000 doses administered a day. Virginia has ranked near the bottom of all 50 states in terms of total percentage of vaccine administered, but Henrico Health Director Danny Avula, who's now leading the state's vaccination efforts, attributed some of that to a delay in reporting. About 90,000 doses had been administered late last week, he said, but had not yet been recorded in the system. Yesterday, Virginia was still shown as being 50th out of all 50 states with a 42% average, but that was before the most recent numbers came in. 35 states were shown to have administered at least half of the vaccine doses that they had received as of yesterday. Henrico Police need your help to find a 23-year-old Henrico woman who was reported missing by her family January 22nd. The family of Taja Dai last spoke with her January 19th, according to police, who met with the family January 22nd. Family members told police that it's abnormal for Dai, who is a diabetic, to go this long without having any contact with family members. She may be driving a 2010 silver Mazda 6 sedan with unknown 30-day tag. She also has 3 tattoos, a heart on her neck, a rose on her left hand, and an elephant on her right leg. If you know anything, call Henrico Police at 501-5000 or Metro Richmond Crime Stoppers at 780-1000. If you know a great Henrico teacher, nominations are now being accepted for the annual REB Awards for Teaching Excellence, sponsored by the Community Foundation. The awards honor teachers in the Central Virginia region. You can nominate a teacher or several by visiting the Community Foundation's website. We've got a link on our site, henricocitizen.com. If you click on Education and look for this article, approximately 15 teachers will be selected, and this year each one will receive professional development grants of between $5,000 and $15,000 to help support their efforts. A Virginia House of Delegates committee voted on Friday to advance a bill that would remove a statue to former Governor Harry F. Byrd Sr. from Capitol Square. House Bill 2208 was introduced by Delegate Jay Jones of Norfolk. It instructs the Department of General Services to place the statue in storage until its final location is chosen by the Assembly. Byrd was a Democrat who served as Virginia's governor from 1926 to 1930 and as a U.S. Senator from 1933 to 1965, but he strongly opposed the desegregation of public schools, and he led a massive resistance campaign in the South against the ruling of Brown versus Board of Education. His statue was erected in Capitol Square in 1976, 10 years after his death. Now, the measure passed the committee with the support of all Democrats, but the 5 Republicans on the committee voted against it. The Department of General Services estimates the cost to remove the statue at about $250,000. Storage costs are estimated at $7,000 a year. The final vote was 13-5 in favor. The bill now heads to the House floor for consideration. Henrico Police are seeking the public's help in piecing together the details of a shooting that took place in Eastern Henrico on Sunday. It happened in the 4600 block of Grand Ledge Court, that's near the intersection of South Laburnum Avenue and Audubon Drive. An adult male was injured when struck by a bullet, and he was treated and transported to an area hospital with critical injuries. Now, detectives want to hear from community members who may have seen or heard anything leading up to the shots being fired. Events may have transpired along the 4600 block of Janelle Crescent Court, according to police. If you have a tip, you can remain anonymous by providing your information to police at 501-5000 or Metro Richmond Crime Stoppers at 780-1000. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Henrico County's Spread the Love Valentine's Day Card Initiative, sponsored by the Henrico County Engage program, which is inviting you to help make homemade Valentine's cards for the 8,000 long-term care residents in Henrico County. Cards are due by Friday, February 5th. For details, visit henrico.us/services/seniors.